Okay, so it's really that time where we need to have this talk about consent. And some people thinking consent is only some type of boundary that is my battery's about to die. That is hey oh that is um that happens only between okay, good. That happens only between the opposite sex or within the heterosexual space. But consent cuts across all social, sexual, and gender space. So even women to women, consent is needed. There are certain things I don't want you doing to my body. Now, this conversation is taking me back to my is it teenagehood where I have had some certain type of experience that I don't know whether I want to call it molestation. It's actually molestation. It's assault as well, sexual molestation and assault from women, from same sex persons as well. Now, let me give you an example of this assault and how wild consent cuts across, especially within same-sex spaces, because this conversation is focused on same-sex spaces, right? Now, when I was like, how old was I? I think it was 16, 15, 16-ish, 14, let's say 14. 14, because this thing happened in when we were in Ramat in Ogudu. So 14, there was this lady that was staying with us then in my foster home, right? The foster family that stayed for, or I grew up in. And so one night like that, I just felt somebody touching me. And it wasn't just her, it was she and another lady that came to visit. Now, this particular lady that did the touching came to learn how to make hair because my foster mom has a salon in Orioke. If you know me to that far back, you know this name of her salon, yeah? And so in the night, this lady started trying to get her hand, actually got her hand into my vagina. I was not trying to use candle. It was that funny sharp pain. I'm sorry, I shook the phone. That woke me. I'm like, meanwhile, I was already aware, but I was just, what is going on? They said they wanted to check if I was a virgin. How is that your business? First of all, are you my mother? No. Are you my foster mom? No. At least my foster mom has certain rights because I was handed over to her, right? So let's say power of motherhood was extended towards her, right? You, that is a fucking idiot of a woman, because she's older than me. She was like an auntie. What are you doing in my vagina? Now you're going to claim that, oh, you want to know if I'm a virgin. What is the business of you that brought you to touch my vagina? Her name is Antonia. Yes, Antonia. She traveled to London because she was going to travel out, so she was learning how to make her hair. A lot of people had come to my first time on for that reason. And then this is the first time people talking about this. So it's not just about a man touching you inappropriately or without your consent. We men who are always wanting to wander their hands in another woman's body or in a girl child's body, say you want to check whether the person is a virgin. Did you take permission from my mom to do that? This assumption of you have the right to touch another woman's body because you have a vagina, is we need to address that. So this it's so in a matter of fact, it is easier for a same woman to abuse same sex to abuse other same sex, because the assumption of it started long ago, like this teenage story of mine where this lady is touching my vagina and say she's checking if I'm a virgin with candle without my permission while I was sleeping. Shall you see the kind of nonsense that somebody is being exposed to? So when that situation that happened in Ghana with this Lady Gaga of a lesbian, of a motherfucking cunt, of a bitch, it didn't just start that day, because you grow into this, you cultivate a behavior. So from, and this is something also that's happened to me even in secondary school. After even secondary school, you know how girls now be like, oh, they'll touch each other's breast or tap on somebody. I don't tolerate that, and I don't tap on people's body without their permission. I don't even do it. Hey, those things, they'll not touch your breast. Hey, no, 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 no. And that behavior also happened. Battery, calm down, whoa, make I finish this thing. And that behavior also happened in that same Ghana. Apparently, amongst themselves, like this store and this fam and that, like all of them, they'll just step on their breast. Look at you, like you don't play with people's body parts. So it's about time. It's as if that's what the universe is calling my attention to with all those experiences, because I know that for myself. Once I experience something, it's because it's the universe wants me to take the lead and begin to have and hold conversations about it. Do you know how many women I have reported to? There's another lady called Antonia, who I'm sure you'd have heard her. She's big on the safe space of the girl child, and from her own experience of 11 years of rape from her own uncle. So she's holding that lane really good, and I doff my cap any day, anytime for her. Do you know how many times when we're friends on Facebook, I would report pages to her? I brought up a particular page and I saw a lot of queer people who was under this particular person's page when this person is a particular person, right? And then I had to report that page. He took it up. So this is not a conversation I've just started today. It's just that it has called me to get really into it. And like I promised some fucking cunt of a lesbian in my email to her and her family and her friends, I say I will karate her brain into reality. Because if whatever assumption that is going into your mind, see, you can like me, you can see me, I'm fresh, I'm fine. Look, like, I'm fucking fine. I know that. But if you think because I'm fine, just like somebody said on Twitter, sexual harassment, sexual assault, sexual violence, whatever, it's not a privilege of being fine. It's not something that happens out of the privilege because, oh, you're fine, you're good looking, you're fine now, as some people have said to me before. I will beat you and you will land in your hospital, and I am guaranteeing you 6 months before you recover. Okay. Like I said, I am no police. I am no queer police, but I am the queer bureau. And you know what the bureau does? Intelligence of bureau. They make sure that things and the security and the state of the country and the city is intact. So it is my job that I have been sent as part of my purpose and mission to make sure that the queer space is without any form of violence, specifically sexual violence. So please report anybody to me if you have evidence. Report with evidence, not just if you have. Report with evidence, right? So it's hard time I start talking about this. I'm stuttering the way I'm stuttering because this is the first time I'm actually having that conversation about what happened to me with that lady. She checking my vagina with candle, whether I'm a virgin, at what age, into real long. Then Kilowa Queen, what is the business of you doing in my vagina? Are you my mommy? Even my papa never ever put hand for my nyash before he died. Even when he baited me, I always say that story for this reason. He excused himself out of the bathroom then in Ojota before him and my mom separated, and said, mommy showed you how to wash your bum, right? I said, yes. He said, and I asked, is it the back or the front? He said, both. I'm a deeper life child at that time. So both is vocal, both of them. But this is also something we have to also change. And I thank God a lot of families are changing it in terms of teaching their girl child sex education. It's okay to call the word vagina. This is why I intentionally call vagina when I'm talking about my body part, my private body part, or my sexual organ. So even my dad gone. So you that is not my mother or sister, You don't have any form of agency of my guidance, and you're touching my vagina with candle, saying that you're checking if I'm still a virgin, without even speaking to me about it first. May thunder, fire Antonia wherever the fuck she is in this world, if she's still alive, and may her girl child be. I remember that I'm trying to save another girl child. But look, sisterhood will comfort. See, let the sins of the father and the mother roll upon the heads of the children. You're touching my vagina without my permission. You're saying you want to check if I was still a virgin. Did you speak to me about it? You could have just fucking asked. Or get a doctor, because you're not even a doctor.